Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to dive right on in. We're going to grab a major arcana to see what is really going on right now. What is the energy out there for Pisces, please, Spirit? Can you please show me for Pisces? For my Pisces. Wow, okay, you're getting 2. Oh, you're getting 3. I was going for 1. So Pisces, maybe a lot going on. Ooh, maybe you are not seeing everything that is happening here. Man, these are familiar energies for you right now, Pisces. You have been getting the Fool and the Moon kind of a lot, I feel like, and the Magician quite a bit. So especially in the most recent readings, I feel like that. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong. But this energy, it feels like someone has gone through some kind of healing process, or this can be you, right? But it feels like there, with Temperance here, there's just an energy of like needing to rebalance, recenter, needing to get something right, needing to heal, kind of taking the time that is necessary to, what I'm getting is decide what's important in life and kind of recalibrate, like realign with what's important in life. So, you know, if this is a relationship that we're talking about, it could have been that you were like coming together and it's like it wasn't working. I keep getting the imagery of a zipper. I've gotten this like multiple times. I don't even always say it when it comes. But you know when you're zipping up a zipper and something is askew, like it's not totally in alignment, the zipper can't go over it. It can't go all the way up. So you have to push it sort of like back down and then fix what's askew so that you can, you know, zip it all the way up. That's what this is giving me. It's giving me like, we're zipping, like everything is coming together just nicely. And then there's something that doesn't let us keep going. And so we have to kind of back away from it, see what it is, fix it, and then come back. And then we can zip right up. Okay. So we'll see where that goes. But we have a Full card energy and the Moon. And this is like someone coming towards you that you don't know about. It's interesting because with the Moon card here, it's giving me, especially like she's leaning up against the wall, like listening, trying to figure something out, or like wondering if something is happening or not, but not really being able to see it, not being able to determine completely. So you may have some kind of feeling that someone's coming around or that something is coming together. For some of you, this may have been like a friendship or the beginning of some kind of relationship that never really totally got off the ground or didn't really reach its potential. And it's someone coming back around, or this can be where it's like we're kind of picking up where we left off and giving this another shot, but we're doing it with 0 issues. We're doing it minus the obstacles, the delays, the whatever was wrong, whatever was not in alignment that didn't allow us to get all the way there to begin with. And so you may have a feeling, or you may be wondering, or you may be hoping, or you may be like kind of trying to figure out or discern if this is happening or not. And it feels like it is. And it feels like it's very close, you know? With the Magician on the bottom of the deck, this is, it feels very much like someone who is empowering themselves to be able to take a leap of faith. The Magician feels like the fix to the piece of zipper that's askew. You know what I mean? It feels like the energy that was needed to just tweak whatever it was that prevented it from being able to get there in the first place. So, all right, let's look deeper, shall we? you know, this can be you with you fixing something inside yourself so that you are ready to come together with another person. This could be a past connection that didn't get off the ground. We have third party and we have accidental love coming out. That energy is, wow, holy moly. That energy is, you know, when we're not ready, when, you know, with accidental love, it's like, you know, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not trying to fall in love with anybody. I'm not, you know, out here searching for my mate. I just happen to meet you and talk to you and like you and feel like I want to spend more time with you. And then I spent more time with you. And then I started, you know, I may have panicked or felt overwhelmed that I had feelings for you because I wasn't ready for that. Like, I wasn't looking for that. That's not where I was at in my life at the time. With a third party, for others of you, this can be a situation where life was just not set up to be able to be free, to be able to pursue something. You know, a third party doesn't have to be another person. It can be anything that someone is prioritizing over the connection. Maybe someone's particularly focused on their career or finishing school, or they have to move, you know, or they know there's some huge impending change happening in their life that is going to make this really difficult, you know. But it's an energy of, you know, I'm not in a position right now to prioritize this relationship. And when I can't prioritize the relationship, then there's always going to be something that's coming between us. There's always going to be something that, you know, doesn't fully align with coming together. But I see, I mean, you have twin flame on the bottom of the deck, which that can be, okay, literally this is a twin flame. You know, take it however it resonates for you. It can also just be a deep soul connection or something that where there's a soul contract, where there's something that's really meant to be, and that is providing an opportunity for someone or for something, circumstances or whatever to change within a person. Okay. You have new beginning, messages, trust, and vows. There is some kind of new opportunity here. It is a new beginning for you. If this is something you with you that you've been working on, you may have someone coming towards you. With the Full card, this can be someone brand new. Zero history, zero experience, 0 times that they have broken your heart or that they have, you know, hurt you. It doesn't have to be, but it absolutely can be. This can also be a new beginning with a past person who's in a really different energy, who has released the past burdens, the things that didn't allow for this connection to work out in the first place. And it feels brand new. It really feels brand new. The 0 and the Fool card it's like being almost like mimicked by the 0 in the center of the rose. You have messages and you have trust. This actually feels like someone who's intentionally trying to establish trust or to even like rebuild trust if trust was lost at one point. It's someone saying, you know, I got you. I'm really showing up. I'm fully present. I'm not unaware of what this is anymore. I'm coming in here with an intention. And, you know, with the messages and the trust, this could be even where we're spending time like speaking to one another on the phone, or we're really having conversations that maybe we haven't had in the past or we didn't have before, that maybe even weren't possible before because I just wasn't in a place where I was ready for that, you know, or whatever, you know, but it's like this person is really putting effort and work in. This is really giving me the 8 of Pentacles. Like I put the work in with myself to master myself, or to like free myself to be able to come back in here, to empower myself, to get myself to the space that I needed to be in order to, you know, make this commitment, or to really give this everything that I have, to really put my all into it, to know if this is meant to be or not. All right, I got some message cards out. But you know, when someone wants to spend time communicating and not, you know, getting intimate, or doesn't always have to be like something fun or something planned or something with pressure, it's just like, I actually want to get to know you. I actually miss you, and I just want to talk to you. I just want to be in your presence. Like, I'll take whatever I can get kind of energy. There's something so authentic and so genuine about what I'm feeling around this, like, messages and trust energy. And it's like, it does feel to me like someone is trying to say, I got you. I want to get to know you. I'm here for the long haul. Like, I really want to invest here. So even if this is a new person, it's like there may be a lot of time spent communicating, or, you know, asking questions and really being fully present for the answers, really like wanting to get to know you. We had a couple cards flip. I just want to make sure that I got them all, guys. Don't want to miss any messages. Okay, it looks like I did. Whoa. Okay. How could I hurt someone so beautiful? I am seeing you in a whole new light. My life has never been the same since I met you. I'm scared of losing you. Oh, the songs I hear are guiding me to you. You make me feel like the luckiest person in the world. I need you more and more each day. P.S. I love you. Your boo. Okay, guys, like, seriously, whatever energy I'm tapping into today is solid and serious and sweet. Like, the energy that I'm getting is just, it may be that, like, I was going along with this and didn't realize that, you know, I was falling in love or whatever, and I told myself I wasn't ready for anything committed, or, you know, maybe I was in the middle of a very messy situation when I met you, and I told myself, you know, I needed time. But you know, when two people really find each other and are like, I don't know how to describe this energy, but it's really like, I got your back. I mean, I really have this, like, I got you energy. Like, I got you, I got you, I got you. I don't even know how else to, that is just so thoroughly how it's coming through. It's kind of like, I really didn't expect to be here. It took me a minute to adjust to what this is, to where I am, to how I feel, to what is happening here. But it's kind of like, now I know, and I sort of like know for sure. And it's sort of, you know, you know, this person may either recognize that it's difficult for you to trust just in general, or that it's difficult for you to trust them based on whatever the history is here. Yeah. It's like it's, I kind of want to say, like, slow, like, going, or slow coming together, but it doesn't really necessarily feel like that. It feels like this person wants to make their intention clear, that their intention isn't to, like, hook up. Their intention is to show up. And this person, they may feel like they gave you the wrong impression at some point or something like that. Like, because I think that they do have some regret for how they treated this in the past, or how they treated you in the past, or what they let you think. Like, what they didn't clarify, what they weren't brave enough to maybe even say at some point. Or even admit to themselves. you know, when I see this, I am seeing you in a whole new light. It feels to me that it's something that changed within them that allowed them to see you wholly. This person is realizing the impact that you have on them. You have this, you make me feel like the luckiest person in the world. First of all, you know, we've gotten this jealousy energy a few times. And when I was reading this, I got this energy of just like, I recognize how many people want to be with you, or if they knew you the way that I knew you, would want to be with you, or would understand what a catch you are. And because I recognize it, I realize how lucky I am, how you could choose anyone, or how maybe it's like you don't even need, you know, a partner in your life, or you don't even need that kind of validation. You're not searching for that validation. Like, you're fine on your own. So the fact that you're choosing me, or letting me in, or making space for me, or giving time, or investing in me really makes me feel like I am so incredibly fortunate, and that it's doing something to me. It's making me feel, I want to say it's like the best version of myself. And it's kind of like this person doesn't really feel that way without you. You know, it says the songs I hear are guiding me to you, and I do feel that way. I do feel like music is a big thing here, or that like this person will, you know, maybe they're driving or whatever, and they're listening to music, and then it's like all the love songs are, you know, just, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a love song. It feels like it leads them to thinking about you, and what life would be like with you, and what life is like with you, and just you, and things about you. And it, like, all of these things, it's like they're all dimensions, or they're all like aspects that are coming together to like really bring this person into focus, into the fact that they may already love you, or have love for you, or feel like they're falling in love with you. All right, okay. Let's dive into the tarot. Let's see what's up. I'm going to kind of do like a bit of a you and them energy, not like the full-on reading that I do, but just a looking at your person and looking at you, okay? So what are their thoughts? Okay. For some reason, I'm having a really hard time with this deck. And it's one of my favorite decks, and I usually don't, so it's something's up. Okay, we are in retrograde. Okay, let me just give it a few loose shuffles here. Okay. All right, so what is this person thinking? What are their thoughts? Great. Wow. This person is they're thinking serious. That is what I got. Wow. Yeah, you have the 5 of Swords on the bottom of the deck with the Hierophant. So 2 5s. This person has gone through, it feels like, quite a big change, especially with Temperance. Temperance is a 14, and when you add 14, that's 5. This is giving me this vibe of this is what was askew. This person's head wasn't quite right. I feel like they had some self-defeating thoughts. They may have been making a very big deal out of something. Remember how I said this person may be facing some kind of change? And we have these 5s here, which is change. So they may have been facing some kind of change in life, but this could have also been an opportunity for them to release or to change their way of thinking, some kind of self-defeating or self-sabotaging way of thinking, especially around the energy of commitment, or even around the energy of spiritual awakening, or, you know, even kind of just being open to experiencing some kind of spiritual awakening. Let's see. What are their intentions? What are this person's intentions at this time? What are their intentions for Pisces at this time? What are their intentions? Okay. Wow, the Magician. So, you know, this is the second time we're seeing the Magician. Wow, with the Chariot. Man, this is really, you know, powerful stuff here. This is all major arcana, first of all, obviously. But there's an energy here of, you know, this person has commitment on the mind. This person, and they may really be going through some kind of spiritual awakening, or you may have opened something within them that opened them up to receiving some kind of spiritual awakening that was like trying to come through for some time. They may also, you know, I was just having this conversation with my daughter about how, I don't think I can say this like quickly and succinctly. I was watching Eckhart Tolle, and he was talking about the difference between believe, like I believe in something that's like, that is like, I believe in something that I can't see. I believe that it's real. You know what I mean? I believe that it is. So people may say, you know, like, I believe in God, right? Or whatever. And, you know, believing in it is kind of, I don't want to, I'm no judgment or whatever, but it is a little bit like surface level, right? It's just like, I accept that this is true. And maybe, you know, maybe that's a bad example or whatever, because, you know, for some people, when they say that, they really take it in and it really means something. But believing is just the act of being like, I can't see this, but I think that it is real, okay? Faith is something really different, okay? Faith is like, it's what gets me through. So like, if I ask you, you know, like, who are you? And you come to me and you say, well, I'm, you know, I'm a nurse, and I'm 35, and I'm female, and I'm from Michigan, and I'm just totally making this up. I am from Michigan, and I am the daughter of these two people, and I am the wife of this person, and I am the mother of these people, and I am the sister of these people, and you know what I mean? Okay, that's all sort of superficial. That's not really who you are. When I say, who are you, besides all that, and you have to sort of like go within, you have to sort of say to yourself, well, if I can't answer with those things, then who am I? And you know, people include in who they are when you ask them, and they're answering like their history, their, you know, all of these things. All of this is who I am. But when I say no, that's not what I mean. I mean, who are you? And you have to sit with that, and you go within and you ask yourself, well, who am I? That's who you are, like who you are on the inside. Like, it really, you can't put it into words. You can't really say, this is who I am. You are the observer, right? You are the person who is observing this human experience. You are the universe experiencing itself through this perspective. It is like impossible to label, impossible to say, this is who it is. Do you see what I mean? And so, so when we're in a relationship with people, right, this is meeting ourselves deeply, right? So if we're in a relationship with people who are basically their resume and their life history and their, you know, those things, right? And they have been carefully curating it to be a good catch, you know what I mean? Or to be, to win the respect of others, and to, you know, have a favorable, to be looked upon favorably by other people, right? They are that resume. When you look at yourself deeply, as the big I that you are, the divine, the divinity that exists within you, that is observing all of these things, you know, and has observed them all. Knowing yourself like that makes you understand other people like that, and understand other people that they are also the same, that they cannot be quantified, that they cannot be limited or put in a box, or they couldn't possibly tell you, this is who I am. And, you know, so when we're in relationships, right, maybe we find someone attractive based on their resume, their history, where they fit in their family, like X, Y, and Z. But who they actually are, like where you're actually, how deeply have you met yourself? How much time have you spent sitting with the who am I, right? And looking within and acquainting yourself with the observer, the voice, that person, right? Or that being, right? That has no beginning and has no ending and is limitless, right? Then you recognize that in the other person, and that is a spiritual connection, okay? And when you are coming from a spiritual place and you've met yourself deeply, and you're coming across someone who is very confident with their resume, with their, you know, like, this is the carefully curated version of who I am, which does to some degree represent the who I am on the inside, right? Especially, like, is it in alignment with who I am on the inside? But if what we're basing our situation on is this carefully curated resume, and the other person isn't, the other person is looking deeply in their soul and they really want to know, who am I? They want to know, besides all that, who are you? And you haven't gotten with yourself on that level, it's gonna freak you the fuck out. You're gonna be like, I don't know who I am. And it may expose it to you for the first time, that you actually don't know who you are, that you actually have not spent time cultivating that relationship. You've spent all of your time making a really great resume, you know, being able to present yourself in a way that other people will find respectable, but you haven't really cultivated that deeper relationship with yourself. And so when someone is like, that's all really wonderful and beautiful, and I'm super proud of you for all your accomplishments in this like perfect life well lived, but I want something deeper. Like, I want to know what other people don't know about you. I want to know what is beyond that space. I want to know what your perspective is of the divine experiencing itself. Like, I want to know you. That can be the biggest threat in the world to other people, right? Who don't know and haven't thought about it and haven't cultivated it and haven't, and when I say cultivated it, I mean more made time for it and developed a relationship with it, rather than like needing it to be anything other than what it naturally is, because it is kind of perfect naturally. It's exactly what it is meant to be, you know? And yeah, I don't know, like, that's super crazy, super kind of out there, but it is this thing. So then once you come, so this person may not have been ready for that. They may not have been prepared for that. They may not have known who they were. They may not have known how to say to you, yeah, this is who I am, or to meet you even on that level or even close to that level, right? So they may have like pulled back, and they may have started asking themselves those questions. They may have been like, wait, who am I? Wait, I'm not the sum total of my resume. That's right, that resonates with me. But then who does that mean I am? And they may have spent time developing that, you know. Sometimes people call things like this midlife crisis, you know, or this or that. Like, when we wake up and we realize, how the hell did I get here? This is my only life. what am I doing? Like, why am I investing so much in impressing other people or worrying about what anyone else thinks about me when, you know, I'm not even sure what totally makes me tick or what's really important to me or what my purpose is, or, you know what I'm saying? It's like there are way deeper things we can be asking ourselves, but we all kind of exist in this busy world where, you know, so much of it is about appearances and about, well, what did you do this weekend? Well, have you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, judging other people, judging ourselves, you know, all of these things, right? Fitting into society, which is very funny because the Hierophant, one of the things it represents is holding a position within a community. And we all do that in our own way, you know? But you know, when we are authentically ourselves and we are in touch with a deeper level of who we are, then we are at our height. We are our most, you know, we are bringing the most to the table. We are doing the most with ourselves. And when we're able to meet another person on that level, we have the opportunity for a way deeper and a way higher kind of like spiritual commitment and emotional contentment, right? And therefore legacy. And so it's kind of like you woke something up within this person where they started looking within and asking themselves these deeper level questions so that they could respond to you, so that they could resonate with you, so that they could be a vibrational match for you on that level. And, you know, not everyone responds that way, right? So we're not talking about everyone's ex here or everyone's friend or everyone's acquaintance that maybe stepped back for a moment, whatever. But when someone is ready for that, or when someone is open to that kind of thing, when you bring that to them, they're like, oh, okay. And they may need to be by themselves to figure that out. You know, we find it within ourselves. We don't, you know, relationships are mirrors and stuff, and they let us know kind of where we're at. But the true work, the true exploration, the true expression of curiosity of our own self happens us with us. And so they may have been by themselves, or they may have pulled back, or they may have spent some time really delving into that, right? So that they could respond, so that they could answer, so that they could know, right? So there's just this energy with the Magician of understanding that you can be whoever you want to be, and that you can take whatever piece of life you've already lived or already experienced or already witnessed, and you can be anything. You know, you are not the sum total of your history. You're not the sum total of your trauma. You're not the sum total of the loves that you have lost. You are not the sum total of every shitty thing anyone has ever done. You are not the sum total of how other people have tried to make you feel about yourself. You are not the sum total of any of that stuff. You are unseeable and untouchable in and of yourself. Like, one of my favorite quotes forever has been, 90% of who we are cannot be seen or touched. It just is. And that's who you are. You know, our bodies can be wounded, our minds can be wounded, our feelings can be hurt. But the observer, the 90% of who we are that has no beginning and has no end and is limitless, is untouchable. It's bigger. It's so much bigger than all of those experiences. It's just the witness. And it is wanting to know, how are you going to respond? And it can inform you. It's your highest self. So it can guide you through, and it can show you the way to the highest path through the situation, right? But it allows you to make your own decisions, right? It's kind of crazy. Anyway, the thing is, this person is with the Chariot, and especially with the Temperance card that came out, they have found balance within themselves. They have found truth within themselves. Like, they are finally in a place where maybe they're prepared for the connection with you, where they are prepared to go the distance, and where they have confidence in themselves and the connection that they have made to themselves spiritually, emotionally, mentally, that they can cross the finish line with you, that they can be your partner, that they can match you stride for stride, and you can match them stride for stride, and you can move toward success and victory in life, that you can kind of have it all sort of energy. And it's funny because that exists within all of us, okay? Underneath all the layers of experience and messaging and all of it, every single one of us has the who am I within us. And it is such a gift to break that open for any other person, for you and for them, right? Because what a gift it is to like live truly and authentically and honestly and on a deeper level and get the most out of this experience, right? I mean, I don't know, I guess it depends on who you are, but I don't know, in my opinion, that's the way I see it, right? Anyway, these cards are just, this is a very profound awakening that this person is experiencing, and it is changing them on a pretty deep level in a very empowering way, where they are now feeling prepared. That a third party is a way that people protect themselves a lot. It's like, you know, I don't really want to open myself up to this, so I have this excuse over here that I can't because of this. You know, it's like my dumping ground. It's like my armor. It's like my mask. It's like my safety blanket. You know, the third party. It's like, I can't prioritize this. I can't give you everything you need. I can't go all in. I can't risk it like that. Because I have this, you know. That's a third party, and this person is shedding all that skin, all that protection, all of that, you know, the need even for it. They're allowing themselves to elevate. They're allowing themselves to connect with themselves and find their truest, deepest, most meaningful self and empowered self, that allows them to come forward. So with their intentions being the Magician, you know, this is someone who wants to alchemize what has been into what can be, what is possible, especially now that they have had this transformation, or especially now that they don't need to kind of hide or, you know, protect themselves using the means of whatever, the third party, the I'm not ready, the this, the that. Our soul, that inside who am I, is always ready, was born ready. You know, it's not limited by the ego and circumstance and this and that. It's always ready. It always knows that it can learn from whatever, right? And it will grow, and it's prepared for it. Okay. All right. So Pisces, what are you thinking? Okay. And what are your intentions? Okay. Okay, you have the Two of Pentacles and you have the World. So sometimes you feel good about it and sometimes you don't. Or, you know, sometimes you feel positive about it. Sometimes you think, okay, this is going to work out, you know, or this could work out. Or, you know, how do I want to say? It's almost kind of like I want to know either way. I don't want to be stuck in limbo. I don't want to be stuck in a place where I don't feel balanced, where I'm unsure. Like if it's going to go back and forth, or if it's going to be non-committal or wishy-washy, or it's going to keep me in a place where my peace is being challenged because it's not obvious, or it's not coming forward, or it's not coming through, or it's not, you know, claiming this or being defined or clear, then, you know, I can end it. But if this is a situation where someone is going to offer me something solid and stable and is going to be very clear and is going to be contributing to my peace and contributing to my legacy and wanting to really build and create and establish something, then I want this to be over. I want to be all in, you know, I want to take the leap of faith. with the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, this is a Piscean energy, and it is just, I am going to prioritize my own emotional contentment over everything. And I'm going to keep my own emotional contentment in mind. And I can't feel emotionally content when I'm investing in something that's here for 1 minute and gone the next, you know, or where I'm just always strictly holding space for it. It's never really showing up in real life. There's no material contribution or collaboration really happening. You know, I can only do that for so long. Like, it has to come to an end. It has to, you know, because my priority is my happiness, is my emotional well-being, my emotional contentment. So Pisces, I feel like for this person, this is a major moment in their life. This is a major moment in their time. They had all major arcana. For you, I feel like this is you closing out kind of a big cycle in your life, or maybe you were willing to accept less than you deserved, or you were willing to tolerate or accommodate, you know, other people not being able to maybe meet you as deeply as you are, you know, or as you have met yourself in the past, but you're not anymore. You know, now you're really focused on the contribution someone is really making, the reality of the situation, and how it is affecting you. And I think, you know, in the past, you may have looked at things like this and thought, well, how can I be more? How can I be what they need? How can I show up? How can I explain it? How can I make them more comfortable? How can I accommodate this? And now you have found something within yourself that is worth protecting, and that is worth more than that to you, you know. And in that, I got that feeling with this, you make me feel like the luckiest person in the world. There was a sense that even if there isn't competition, you know, even if other people are not fighting to be with you, there's a sense of, I still have to be better than it is for them to be by themselves. Because they do have a sense of emotional contentment by themselves. Pisces has a sense of joy in their life, or they have built or established something that really does make them happy and keeps their life very full. You know, the Nine of Cups is a very full energy. And this life that you're living, Pisces, is a life that you manifested. It is the answer to a prayer. It is wish fulfillment for some form or version of yourself. And you may be completely present in that energy, in that moment, in that thought of, wow, you know, I'm doing pretty good, or wow, I have really done this, or wow, I have really established this for myself, or I have really built this for myself. I mean, I am content. I don't need anyone else to be content. So in order for this person to be able to join you, they had to be willing to open up to this process of, you know, spiritual awakening or whatever. Okay, what is in this person's heart space for Pisces? Wow, okay. You have all wands here. Well, you have the Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Man, this person thought that they lost you. They have felt that they have lost you. Or, you know, maybe you pulled back your energy. Maybe they were wishy-washy. Maybe they were kind of going back and forth, or they weren't reliable, or they weren't completely showing up. And maybe you pulled your energy back and you were like, okay, you know, this is costing me too much. This is making me question myself, or this is not working for me. And so you may have pulled back. And this can also be where this person has experienced neglect or abandonment or some things like that in their life. And this is like a scar on their heart kind of energy of where it's like, you know, I already know what it is like to love and lose, or to, you know, have something that holds value or meaning for me and then to lose it. You know, I've experienced that plenty in my life. this person with the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands, you know, the Two of Wands is where we're standing there and we're looking at our future and we're looking at the world and we're looking, and really even just the Two of Wands in the heart space is kind of giving me this vibe of how you have expanded this person's world, how you have expanded what is possible or what they could even kind of picture in their life or in their world. Because it, you know, when you're holding the whole world in your hand, which is like the typical Two of Wands, this looks maybe more like the moon or something. But usually, you know, he's standing there looking, he's got the two wands next to him. In his one hand, he has a wand, and in the other hand, he has the world. And he's looking out over the vast, you know, world and horizon in front of him, thinking, oh man, what am I going to choose? And this choice really does set the pace for, just like all of our choices, where I'm going, where I'm heading, like what I can expect from my future, what will happen, you know? And this is where I am in the power to have an effect on that. And what is it that I want to see for myself, and which choice represents that? Which choice is going to take me there? Which choice is going to get me there? And when someone is taking you and the decision to be with you into their heart space, that is kind of huge, right? Because that's really the crux of the thing. That's really the fundamental thing. This person may not have been able to have an open heart in the past. They may not have been ready. They may have accidentally found themselves having feelings, but not really being willing to open their heart. Not really been willing to like open up because they had this wounding. They had these past experiences in their life that kind of made them feel like it was extremely dangerous to open up their heart, right? But they know, they're standing here, and in their heart, they're evaluating, okay, what do you want? Do you want a life with love? Do you want a life with victory? Like, what is winning for you in this life? Is it experiencing, is it getting Pisces? You know what I mean? Is it having that sense of connection? Is it having this person that breaks you open, that expands your world, that makes you feel like the luckiest person in the world? Is it spending the rest of your life or your foreseeable future with this person? Okay, well then you have to make this decision in your heart space now that you're going to let them in, that you're going to open up, that you're going to be vulnerable, and that you're going to let them in. And that means you're risking this experience again. But you got through it, you did it, you made it, so, and here you are. So your choice is, you can protect yourself and play it safe, or you can open up all the way up and take this opportunity to explore being the luckiest person in the world, you know, and having success and victory in love. What is in Pisces heart space? Man, Pisces, I am having a hard time getting some cards to come out. The Nine of Pentacles came out, but that's it. I think, Pisces, in your heart space, you know you're going to be okay either way. Queen of Wands. Man, oh man. Pisces, wow. Oh my God, this is so crazy. I feel like it's touching on so many of the things I was talking to my daughter about. She was going out of town to a concert, and it was very unexpected that she called me, and I got to spend my whole Saturday morning on the phone with her. It was such a blast. But anyway, we ended up having like the deepest conversations. It was so funny. But, you know, do you want somebody who doesn't want you? Do you want somebody that you have to convince to be with you? Hell no. Hell no, you don't. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, in the heart space energy. This is like, listen, I know who I am. In my heart of hearts, I know my worth. I know my value. I know I am a freaking catch. I know I'm all that in a bag of chips. I have worked on it. I have connected with myself on a very deep level. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what I stand for. And I know I'm worth it. And I put a lot of work and effort and energy into me, into my life, into who I am, into this connection with myself, with my highest self, with being true to myself, with being authentic with myself, with knowing myself. And like, I do not convince anybody to be with me. I do not convince anybody of my worth. I do not look outside myself for validation. I find it all right here in my heart of hearts, where I truly know myself and I truly know my worth and I truly know my value. With the Queen of Wands, it is, I trust that anything that is meant for me will come to me, will be with me. I will manifest it. I will be my best self. I will make my choices and stay connected to myself, that and to support me being able to attract what is meant for me to me, and I will be open for it should it come, but I will not chase it. And if someone is attracted to me and someone is a match for me, like in frequency and in resonation, I will open up to receive it, because I am a queen. Period. End of story. I don't deal with people who aren't sure about me. I don't deal with people who don't see me or who don't know me. I don't. I just don't care. I know me, and I am me with me, and that is good. That is enough. That's why this person feels like the luckiest person in the world. Because if you let them in, then they know that you definitely think they're worth it. You know, if you allow access to just anyone, then gaining access isn't anything special. But if you are very selective with who gets access because you know your worth and your value, it doesn't even matter the because. If you just limit access for any reason whatsoever, then anyone that gets access knows how fortunate they are. All right. We are going to look at the best possible outcome at this time. You have the 8 of Pentacles coming out with the 7 of Swords. You have the 6 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Star. What is this? The World and the 10 of Cups. Holy schmoly. The Page of Wands and the 6 of Wands. I literally am about to die. I cannot freaking believe that those 2 cards just came out. What in the world? Okay, if you watch my channel, you know that the 2 of Wands is where we are sat at the crossroads, right? This is when we're making our decision, when we're considering everything and where we want to go and which decision most represents the vision that we hold for our future, and choosing that, having the bravery to choose that. With the Page of Wands, this is the step after that, where I have chosen. I have decided, I have made up my mind, and I am moving in that direction. I've committed to the path that I want. I've made my choice, and I am committed to what I want and what I desire. Bye, babe. So when we saw in the heart space, the 2 of Wands with the 6 of Wands, and this is in your person's energy, it's like, in my heart, I am considering this, and I'm asking myself very serious questions like, where do you see yourself? What do you want? What will make you happy? What is going to fulfill you emotionally and in life? And here with the Page of Wands and the 6 of Wands, this person has successfully decided and committed to this choice, okay? That is huge, and that is just crazy and wild. All right, you have the 8 of Pentacles with the 7 of Swords. This is where, okay, we're zipping up the zipper and something is askew. And it won't go up. So we have to kind of back away from it. We have to fix what's broken. Eight of Pentacles. Look, he even has these like silver nails in his pocket that like make me feel like the things that go up the zipper part. Honey, oh, you're so sad. Grand dog paw left you. Come here and lay down. Sorry, my grand dog is very attached to my husband. Come here, come on. But this is where I'm fixing that misalignment. I'm fixing the things within myself that don't make it possible for that zipper to go all the way up, for us to be able to come together completely. With the Six of Pentacles, this is reestablishing balance. This is making right what has been wrong. You know, for some of you, there is someone who feels bad about the way that they treated you in the past. For others of you, if this is a new connection, this is someone establishing that like the equal give and take and the reciprocity of the situation. Like, you know, I'm not going to overtake and I'm not going to overgive. We're going to be in this together. We're going to give equally. Like, I will show up. I will be consistent. Those kinds of things. With the Empress, this is, you know, obviously, I love the Empress in tarot. It's the energy of Libra and Taurus, and my husband's a Taurus and I'm a Libra. So I'm always like, this is the best card. But it represents unlimited potential. It represents that nothing is impossible for the Empress. You know, she is the creator and she is the manifester, and she doesn't believe that anything is possible. She knows it is. It's her experience. It is central to the who am I within her. She is connected always to that energy, to that limitlessness, to that remembrance that she is divinity. And so there is a quiet confidence here, but there is also this, I cannot take this for granted. I must always appreciate this. I must always remember that out of many, this is the one. You know, that it can't just be anyone. You know, this is my person. This is the one. This is the one this is the one that makes me feel like the luckiest person in the world. With the Star card, yeah, this is my wish fulfillment. And there is an element of destiny and fate to that. There is an element of now is the time. And the just absolute abundance of the moment that we found each other, and that we recognize this, and that we are seizing this day. We are seizing this opportunity. We are seizing this moment. With the Ten of Cups and the World card here, this is obvious. This is like the completion of a cycle. We saw the World card here, Pisces, in your energy. And we also saw the Nine of Cups in the heart space. And now we're seeing the Ten of Cups. This is like, eureka, I found it. You know, this is like, I don't need to search anymore. I don't need to carry on this journey. The journey, a part of a journey ends here with me finding you, with me finding this opportunity for emotional contentment with you, with my soul recognizing your soul and meeting you there, you know, in this place where we are not holding back, where we are our truest selves to each other, with each other. It's a pretty powerful, potent energy is all I want to say. And it does seem like anything is possible, but there's a highly likely good outcome here. It's definitely possible. We have free will, so, you know, it's not always a guarantee, right? But it's all there, you know, it's all there. All right, so let me get you guys some message cards. For Pisces, dealing with the water sign. All right, you have annoyed. You are the one. Suddenly all the songs I hear are about you. Second time we've heard that. We will be together again. If you are dealing with a fire sign, stuck, hopeful, good intentions, and I am ready for more than just texts. If you are dealing with an earth sign, I am working on myself. You deserve more. Wait for me. Be patient with me, please. Twin flames. Second time we've seen that today. If you are dealing with an air sign, I am overcoming my fears, fantasizing. Your words speak to me like no others can, and secret. We have entered the Lionsgate portal, I believe, and that is a profound time of change where we leave something behind that wasn't serving us and we move into a better, more complete, more advanced energy, right? So, guys, I don't know. This was a deep reading. They keep being deep, so I don't know. But there are no accidents. So hopefully this resonates with you guys and you found something in this message of value to you. I thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.